We're privileged today to have two wonderful folks with us, Charles Freitas and Nancy Tudor from Old Town Tours right here in the Albuquerque area. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
We're looking forward to learning a little bit about Old Town Tours. I have to be honest, I've lived in Albuquerque for several decades and have not heard about Old Town Tours till today. So I am behind the curve, need to catch up. And I guess a good place to start us off today. Charles, tell us a little bit about yourself. And then Nancy, we'd like to know a little bit about you. And we're going to jump in and find out about the tours.
Sure. I'm a transplant from Southern California. Living out here in Albuquerque since 2008.
Wonderful.
I got involved with the tours because I have a home-based business, and I realized that, you know what, for me to get out and meet people out here in Albuquerque, I answered a very strange little ad on Craigslist all those years ago in 2012, and they were asking about being a tour guide for the tours of Old Town, specifically in those days of being a ghost tour guide.
Huh.
I went down, interviewed with 50 other people, and I was one of 5 that was chosen.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, congratulations.
Yeah, and I also work as Santa Claus come Christmas time.
Wow.
Very popular Santa. So.
Neat.
Yeah.
Nancy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm also from California. I got to Albuquerque in 2000. I segued out of education. I was a history teacher for 15 years, and I got into tourism and just ended up doing the history tour. I love it.
Well, it sounds like we're going to learn something. So let's start with you, Nancy. Tell us a little bit about the tour that you're involved with Old Town Tours, because both of you are involved with different ones, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
All right. Well, Nancy, start us off. What do you do with your
So
tour?
I do the daytime history tour. So we have a public history tour every day at 12 noon. And then we also have private tours. You can book a scavenger hunt. You can book a tour just for your family. Say there's a private tour at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m. There's a junior ghost hunt that I also do at 6 p.m. And mostly it's a walking tour. It's all outside, takes about 75 minutes, and you get the history of Old Town, the architecture, and then some of the hidden gems, as Charlie was saying, that you might not see if you walked around by yourself.
Okay. And then, Charlie, what time does yours take off? What's it all about? I know you guys are both in different uniforms featuring what you do.
This is
all right. So tell us about the nighttime tour.
All right. The nighttime tour, the Ghost Tours of Old Town, is a we've been established since 2001, and we are nightly at 8 o'clock every night. We also offer a 10 o'clock moonlight tour on the full moon, and our next full moon tour will be Friday the 13th of July, and also on Wednesday the 27th. We have other tours and events such as during the year, such as the Breaking Boo ghost hunting tour, where our guests actually ride inside one of the actual RVs of the Breaking Bad cable series.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a big deal for the local community.
Yeah, they love
Breaking Bad. People, I live near one of the featured points in the movie and are in the series, and I'm always seeing people out there taking pictures next to it up near my house. So yeah, that's a big hit.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Yes. All right, so you talk about a ghost tour. What does that mean? I mean, I've never heard of that. So tell me a little bit about
It's very simple. We are a guided outdoor walking tour, lantern lit. We go
So
to.
you carry lanterns around?
We carry lanterns and flashlights, and we have our assistants to make sure people are safe, from the traffic or anything like that. And we go to many of the locations of those who have passed on all those years ago, and where they haunt. So many of the locations are on the exact spot where they either haunt or where they died. We give you a little bit of the history of the location, and it's based upon the evidence collected over 17 years from various ghost hunting organizations. So we're very proud of that. It's not a haunted house tour. Okay, we're not going to have any animatronics involved or any people jumping out at you through garbage cans or running through windows. And if they do, they don't work for us, that's for sure.
Okay,
they don't work for us.
Yours is very different, though, Nancy. So
Yes.
yours is daytime.
Yes.
So tell us about, just to give us a taste. What is it like? Is yours walking as well, or do people ride along and you point things out? I've been on both kinds of tours, so tell us a little bit about what you do.
No, it's all walking. It's outside. There are shady spots, so you walk a little bit with me, and then I stop, and you hear the history. You walk some more, you hear the history. We go behind things, or, like I said, in the little cracks you may not discover. And the main feature, of course, the square with the church, the oldest piece of architecture. But I think what a lot of people don't realize when they're just walking around Old Town is there's some beautiful Queen Anne and even Victorian buildings down there. And if you're not looking for them from the right thing, because they're kind of behind these little facades, you miss them. There's the Springer Mansion, the Bluer Mansion, and those were continuous since 1901. There was either people in them or restaurants or businesses, and you would miss a lot of that. There's also one of the oldest houses that's still standing in Albuquerque.
What does that date back to?
The oldest house, 1706, and it's still standing. You get to go in there.
Now, isn't 1706 about the same time the church was built?
The first church was built in 1706, but that melted. The large church, it melted.
All right.
Due to a river flood. It was just made of simple cast adobe brick, and they went across the street in 1793, and that's fascinating because it's been continuous. They haven't missed a Sunday since 1793. They're very proud of that.
Boy, that's pretty good.
That's
Even
a good run.
Snowstorms and all of the rest. They
That's
keep
it.
on keeping on.
And we'll take you right through, not through the interior of the church, but through the patio, the garden, the old convent you get to see.
You mentioned that there are mansions. So,
Yes.
you think of a mansion, you think of a big house
Yes.
usually. Are the things that are considered mansions accompanying part of your tour pretty large facilities?
Oh yeah, we're talking about large 2-story facilities. One, like I said, it's kind of hidden. You have to look for it. Got a huge bay window, big pitched roof with shingles. It's got a big carriage doors in the back if you were to go down the back alley. But if you're not really looking for it, if you're just looking on ground level, you wouldn't even see it. It's slightly hidden.
And just to add a little bit, on the ghost tour, it's an outdoor walking tour.
Yeah, they
But
both
we
are.
have a surprise for our guests coming this Halloween season, where we're actually going to be going inside an actual haunted location. We're very
you
excited
go
about
inside,
that. So
outside.
probably one of those mansions. Okay. So
All
that'd
right,
be
so
kinda
maybe
cool.
there's a connecting point
Yes.
a little bit there. For how many folks can go on these? They're both all walking tours, right? There's
Yes.
none of them that are
They're
otherwise.
ADA compatible too, by the way.
Oh, they are.
They are.
So if someone has a little bit of a need there, you guys can
We've
accommodate.
had people in wheelchairs. We've had people with artificial legs and crutches, and we make every possible accommodation for them. There are many places throughout the tours where people can sit along the tour, right, Nancy?
Yes.
A lot of places, and even in the rain, we've got enough alcoves to even enjoy the tours in the rain. We've had tours where it's thunder and lightning. Some of the folks like that.
Oh, yeah.
And we like it too. We provide them with umbrellas if they forget theirs.
Okay.
But dress for the weather. That's important.
Yeah, you do have to do that. And it depends on the time of year, because are these running throughout the year, all
Yes.
12
Absolutely.
months? So certainly this time of year, summertime, you would want to be probably in short sleeves and maybe some shorts, but that
Yep.
would not be appropriate come
That's right.
come Christmas time.
No, of course not. But be careful when you're wearing flip-flops of those open-toed shoes and sandals.
Yeah, sure.
Old Town is old, and so the ground beneath our feet is a little bit pockmarked with some holes and missing brick and things. So got to be careful walking from stop to stop.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, when folks are going on these tours, do you find people from just the city? Do you find people who brought their friends into town from across the country? Do you find international guests? What do you see? Do you see a little bit of everything?
Well, let's start with Nancy.
Yeah,
I
Nancy,
do.
tell us
On the
about it.
daytime tours, I see a little bit of everything. Usually the spring is a lot of people from Europe or Canada on vacation. In the summer months, it's people from all across the U.S., the locals also. Several people on my tour, and I know the Ghost also, people will take it, and then they'll bring guests, and they'll take it every year. Like, they'll say, oh, this is the 4th time I brought people on the Ghost
Many
tour.
times.
Or this is the 3rd people
Well,
I brought
that's
people
a
out
good
on the walking
indicator
tour.
they enjoy it.
Right, so
That's the best
they come
compliment
back.
ever, isn't it?
That
Yeah.
really is.
And the ghost tours at nighttime get a lot of the overflow of the morning or the afternoon history tours.
They'll come back.
Those who are out of town, they're being made aware of our ghost tours, and they come back that evening and take a completely different tour in the same community.
Tell us a little bit about price. I'm sure this is price connected, so give us some information about that.
So the basic tour price is $20 plus tax for adults. There's discounts for seniors, veterans, children, college, etc. We have group tours, if you want to book a group tour, anywhere from $55 to $125. If you have a large group, like you're coming through on one of the large tour coaches or buses and you want to do 50 people, 60, 75, we can write you a contract that will give you a special price for that. So yeah, we do offer discounts. There's also like prices for the scavenger hunt. There's prices for the like the special, if we're going to do
Everything,
it.
and I bet there's a
but the
place to
basic
find
prices.
information. Charles, do
Yes.
you,
Oh,
can you go online?
absolutely.
and
Yes,
find
you
info?
can go online. We are a Hall of Fame award-winning from TripAdvisor. We've got our wonderful certificate
Oh,
after
cool.
6 years of 5-star service. We're in the Hall of Fame. You could also find us on Yelp and on Google and look at our reviews.
Okay.
And of
But
course,
our main website is where you'd find all the prices, so toursofOldTown.com.
Tours of Old Town.
We're also listed on Peak. If you use Peak to go out and have fun all across the country, we're on Peak. You do have to call and make a reservation. We're also on a Groupon.
All right, so a lot of ways you can get in touch. I hope that you will find out more information about Old Town Tours. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Charlie
having
Nancy,
us.
for being with us today and sharing with us about what's available in the community.